According to this recorded footage Virgin shared later. Point is, he won the race.
It really wasn't a race.
Right. But hey, fellow billionaire Elon Musk did show up in the wee hours to wish Richard well.
It was great this morning to find Elon in my kitchen at 3 o'clock.
Or to scare him to death. Wicked!
Freedom, enough, and unite. The demonstration grew to a few thousand and pressed on despite a few charges by police officers and tear gas. About 2.5 hours into the march, some protesters pulled up cobblestones and threw them at police, at which point officers began arresting people and the marchers dispersed. Although many people tried to take out their cell phones and broadcast the protests live, Cuban authorities shut down internet service throughout the afternoon. Cuba is going through its worst economic crisis in decades, along with an uptick of coronavirus cases. Search and rescue continues. McKenzie, the head of U.S. Central Command. McKenzie, also a 4-star general, will operate from Central Command headquarters in Tampa, Florida. He will assume authority to conduct possible airstrikes in defense of Afghan government forces, at least until the U.S. withdrawal concludes by the end of next month. Today's handover ceremony took place during a time of rapid territorial gains by Taliban insurgents across Afghanistan. The Afghanistan National Defense and Security Forces, mostly funded by the United States and NATO, have put up resistance in some parts of the country. But overwhelmingly, Afghan government troops appear to cause the disturbance or the fire. And we'll be right back with more.
System. They don't.
Well, President Biden responded in a statement saying, his words now, the United States calls on the Cuban regime to hear their people and serve their needs at this vital moment rather than enriching themselves. Cuba's president blames the U.S. government for the situation on the island as the country remains under sanctions imposed during the Trump administration. And in Miami, Cuban Americans lined the streets in Little Havana community last night in a show of support for those anti-government protests. The movement gaining more traction online with the hashtag #SOSCuba. The Miami area supporters say they want locals to share their Cuban plight across social media, adding they're seeking a truly free Cuba and saying it's time for them to claim their rights. Gas prices are steadily climbing.
For this new era, and when we see that it's not working out the way it should be, to not be afraid to say, here's a different path, here's a new amendment, here's a new idea, here are new people who should be involved. So I hope that people will bring a good heart, but if they don't, it's up to us to check them.
Wow. Well, listen.
Where everyone's treated equal. Come on, let's go and live. Find a cure for all diseases. Put back all the broken pieces. Food and shelter for all the homeless. Give someone a hug in case they need it. You're my sister, you're my brother. Let's take care of one another. And the earth, it is our mother. I don't want to hurt her any further. We need more Lennons, Lincolns, more Kennedys and Kings. Lord, could you send somebody to help us? Someone to help us with the dream. We need another Marley, a Gandhi, a preacher, a teacher, some.
It had 2 babies, rock and roll and soul. Yep, that's right. The blues gave birth to both.
Live in a world full of peace. If you do, then pull up a seat. I wanna live in a world full of peace. What I did, it just don't matter. Get along and let's get better. I wanna lie.
This was a giant
brass necklace. Now, apparently, this extravagant piece, honey, was inspired by human lungs.
Well, you know what? I think it's pretty innovative. I haven't seen anything like this before, and she must be doing pretty well, because if her breast was smaller, it would have been little pieces of broccoli.
This was a giant brass necklace. Now, apparently, this extravagant piece, honey, was inspired by human lungs.
Well, you know what? I think it's pretty innovative. I haven't seen anything like this before, and she must be doing pretty well, because if her breast was smaller, it would have been little pieces of broccoli.
Don't worry, Jinder. There's nothing a little elbow grease can't fix.
And this scooter continues to sit on public property. What, 2-3 weeks now? This is ridiculous. Tell these people to come and get their junk. Somebody forgot to inform Lime they can't put their scooters out here. They need to get these things moved. This one too needs to be moved. Tell you what, Lime, keep leaving your shit out. Disabled people live in this neighborhood, people, including the blind. You need to come and get your scooters, Lime. You understand that, Lime scooters? Huh? You understand that? These things can't be parked here, morons. City planner's office, you don't believe me. We got blind people that gotta walk these sidewalks. What is wrong with you people? I know, it's a dirty job, but somebody had to do it. I was the one you picked. The free radical that I am.